become scams and fraud, and a significant number of dollars, right, of billions of dollars being ripped off. Romance scams, old people were always the ones being targeted, and I've been doing try-it events even when I was at Haley sponsoring it, and now you know who the biggest group being scammed is? How old are they? Anyone want to guess? It used to be 65 plus. How old would they be? 18 to 24.
Wow.
Biggest group ripped off. How about that?
Wow.
But, so when I go home and talk to my daughter, right, she knows everything, you gotta be careful, because dad is telling you this thing is dangerous. You're getting scammed. My brother, 60 years old, called me 3 nights now ago. He bought something for $100. They nailed him for 2 of those products for $100, and they charged him a monthly fee for $19. Barry, what should I do? Check BBB.org. I did. Now it's a fraud. They're not a real company. Welcome to America. But these scams are not happening from just American. It's international. And that's what you have to be aware of. So it's not us hurting us. It's the world coming at us if we're vulnerable. So you want to protect yourself, BBB.org. Where the other one is kind of look for the symbol, look for the logo. Go to BBB.org. You can look up any business anywhere in the country. You can find out what the rating is. Look at our reviews that we've vet. I was telling somebody, Raja, I think you can go to Google, put your review up in about less than 3 seconds. It'll be on Google of a restaurant or Yelp. Ours, it takes 3 to 5 days because we vet the review. We double authenticate the sender. We make sure the IP address is valid and it's not tied to the company. So we have AI doing all that screening, which is important to know so you can go to trust with those. So then it leads me real quickly to, got a few, 3 more minutes?
No, keep going.
Good, okay, I have time. Evie's very fast, she hates when I do this, but I go too long. But we started a program called Ignite, and I brought Evie Carrigeorge, she's our director of it, and it's a facility, and it's a conversation, it's a dialogue, it's a place where we can all get together and have some really straight talk. And that's why I asked, do you want to go home laughing or crying? We're not going to make you all feel good. We're not going to tell you all the nonprofits you keep going to these masquerade balls and everything that we're really helping Richmond, because I left here for 5 years. The same homeless person is living in front of the Diamond, more fentanyl deaths than I've ever, we've seen. Alcoholism, mental health is out of control. Pittsburgh's got a better handle than this area does. And it's time for us all to get serious. And it's serious meaning, who are we gonna hire? There's Alphabet, DEI, there's this Alphabet. We vet a company, we never look for a picture. We never interview a company. We don't meet face to face. We don't care your color, or we don't care anything. We look at your business. We're as pure as it gets in any way. But now, if we start putting these other symbols on everything, we now start jading all of our reviews and our opinions start to change, because now we start to have opinions that we should not have. So, with that being said, Evie's going to explain a little bit about Ignite and tell you the why. Thank you, Evie.
Thank you. I'm just going to take up a couple minutes, and not that Barry gave you all much of a choice. Ignite's brought by BBB. Was started in Phoenix, Arizona by the BBB CEO 8 years ago. And it is thriving, and we believe it can thrive here as well. The whole concept of Ignite, if you look at the logo, right below it, it says a co-working and meeting destination. It is where you will come to have a conversation or meet other people to discuss topics such as emotional intelligence, mental health, cancer survival, sickle cell illness, and team building. Ranges from helping businesses to helping individuals to helping the community. So the whole point is that instead of writing us a check for $1,000, like Barry said, you give us 1 hour of your time to come in and meet other people. You don't know who they are, they don't know who you are. It is as pure as it gets, as Barry said. You walk out with multiple perspectives instead of just one. So I hope I get to see you all there. Thank you.
What is So we talked about.
Barry likes to torture all of us, so he put us through multiple conversations. We did mock interviews with each other and mock conversations where I facilitated them. And when I say facilitate, I mean I do not put my 2 cents in the conversation. I make sure that everybody is respectful and staying on topic, and you walk away with, at least if not a solution, more knowledge on the topic.
Perfect. So that's,
Good job.
The conversations, thank you. She loves them in this room.
I don't.
Thank you for learning how to do this. You'll be a professional like me any day. We'll like cry you off the stage.
Do we have any questions for Barry?
Yes.
Or do you still do?
Well, I'm just going to tell you some of the conversations that we're looking to have are, should we do prepaid funerals? And how do you check that company out? Should you do, what else can we do here? The food bank, why are we going to spend, and again, I know everybody involved, and some of you might donate, and I love it, but why are we spending $12 or $15 million on facilities to store food and to do things when $12 million buys a lot of food? Is anybody thinking about this stuff? No, right? We got to solve the problem. The problem is not handing out food. And then I get a bunch of people in my office, they say, Barry, half those people don't even qualify. They're overqualified. They're driving into a Cadillac, they got money. It's just another way to get food. But the food bank, because of the way they're set up, they don't care about that. It's not their job role. But we got to know what we're doing. Why can't we put, and this would be a conversation, why can't we just give them vouchers? It sounds like food stamps. Let them go to U-Crops or Publix or Food Lion and pick up food like a human being. Why do we have 400 cars down Iron Bridge Road to pick up food now? It's insane. There was less cars when I left in 18 than I see now. Fentanyl, why is it going off the charts? Why is the mental health, when we sit here, we talk about things, when a DEA comes into my office, preaches to about 70 people and says, we have enough fentanyl here to kill about 200 million, 250 million people. That sounds like our country almost, right? And it can happen in one day. If they spike something, it could go that quickly. It's here. Why do we tell our kids and our partners what's going on with this stuff? And how do we become, what's causing the drug use? I've done Caritas, Real Life, C.T. Woody. I used to go to the jail with him as sheriff. He used to say to the inmates, every single speech, it's about family. So why are we not talking about family? Why are we not really addressing it, you know? And so I'm not trying to be a preacher. I'm trying to wake up a crowd one at a time, one group at a time, to inspire you to start asking why, to know what we are really doing with the time here, with the time God gives us to provide for our family and our community. Let's use it wisely. You guys come in with a great energy. You go to some other groups, and a lot of you go to a lot of groups. There's a lot of energy here. 212, great energy, right? There's Synapse, great energy. There's some great groups out there, and a lot of us go to all of them. And the Alzheimer's, so you know, they're accredited. I believe I used to be very involved with them, and never go to a nonprofit without going to give.org. This money we're giving to My Dog Died, so I got to get a t-shirt, I got to raise $100,000. I live in Salisbury, and I get all my friends together, and I get dressed up, we go to a gal founding, I raise $100,000, but the event costs $50,000. I've got to get paid, right, on the 990, it drips down. And so what's really going to the cause? What are we doing? Why can't we just give $100,000 to the cause that's legitimately a cause? Alzheimer's is absolutely that cause, right? And it's vetted, and we watch the money. So anyway, enough time.
Oh, just
See how I did.
so.
Any questions?
Anybody?
If you hate me, it's okay.
Mike's
I got
got a
brush, so
question.
lay it on me, Mike.
First of all, Barry, thanks for
Thank you.
So to start, I used the BBB yesterday for the first time in years. I actually was investigating something, found it very helpful, and I ended up buying the product. My question for you is, there used to be a perception that to belong to the BBB, you had to pay into it. Therefore, the reviews that you got were basically purchased reviews. They were corrupt.
Correct.
How do you address that now? And is that, clearly it's not the case, but how do you address that to someone who still thinks that way?
It's a great question, because it's in half the people's minds, if you've been paying attention. It's called pay to play. We've been accused of that. As far as from the case, I've got a guy right now today in this town, if he sees me, he's an AB, he's an accredited business, he will probably beat me to a pulp, because he thinks we're working for the consumer. Go figure. He wronged the consumer and didn't respond well. If you would have responded like a gentleman, a professional, he wouldn't be in this lawsuit that he's in. Not our fault. Anybody's entitled to put a complaint in. So I will tell you 100%, again, growing up in the car business, dealing with customer relations, you know, some of you might say, Barry, I got my oil changed 3 days ago and now my rear tire is bald. It was your fault. That's stupid. I'm just telling you. Midlothian Turnpike, I get them. I used to get them all the time. Don't miss those days. But it's farthest from the truth. It comes in digitally, so it's electronic. We're verifying the place, the IP address. It's going to the business, and all we're doing is communicating. And you bring up a great point. A lot of people. I was going to ask this question: who thinks we're here? Who thinks the BBB, after since 1912, is funded by the U.S. government? Anybody? Show of hands. Anybody?
I would.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah.
A lot of people do. We're a nonprofit, and people think we get our funding there. $0. Who thinks when you give a complaint about my business, I'm a carpenter, and he wants me to give him back $20,000 for those $3 jobs. That's the way consumers, the protocol for consumers has gone out the window about 20 years ago. It was a retail, you understand what I'm saying? So that complaint comes in, I have zero authority. So we are a great offensive play to do research ahead of buying. Don't call us after the fact. All people do, and we pretend to cry and we're laughing at you. Just tell you the truth, okay? Because you didn't use what we told you to use up front. Buy everywhere. You bought the cheapest price, bought an F-rated, non-accredited business, non-insured, non-licensed. He did your gutters, he fell, and now your home insurance is paying for it. I only read, right? He poured it in, check them out, everything.
And I can't find it there. What is that telling me? They
not
didn't get
accredited.
registered, or
They're not accredited. So now half of you in the room might, or probably a bigger percent, I don't think many of you are accredited. But we do gather data. Once there's a complaint put on a non-accredited business, we handle that too. So the pay to play, we handle everybody's complaint. We don't care. I think it's stupid. I think we get paid $0 for it. So it takes a lot of time and money and a lot of agila, right, to go and deal with these people that are harmed, and they didn't go to BBB and they did business with a non-accredited business. They don't pay us. We only survive with the money that the people are paying us. A small business is $550. In Chicago, it might be $2,000. Because every economy of scale is different. So we're $550. And then bigger companies, like somebody else saying, when you see an ad coming up in about 6 months, once we get signed off around the country, when you start seeing all the major corporations that are accredited, you're going to say, why are they accredited and why is me as a small business not accredited? What did they see? Why is Dominion Energy on our board? Why do they do it? Well, they're on every board, Barry. Yeah, that's true. And do they use our seal? No. The problem in Virginia, in Central Virginia, even my board of directors, and I always like board of directors if you want to apply, I can't get people to put seals on their website or a seal on their car or their work truck. Around the country, that's insane. It's 100% usage anywhere outside of Virginia. And we have all the stats. We know the engagement, right? So I'm fighting this thing versus Chicago is like, why are you not charging like $4,000 a member? 50 stuff, you know? It's not about the money. It's about the volume of people that we serve. But the Ignite program, I encourage you, all are welcome. Do a podcast with Evie and myself. Learn about the Ignite.